According to this, are we live? We appear to be.
Appear
Uh,
to be live.
we appear to be live on YouTube and Rumble.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. It's a crazy day here in the neighborhood. Needless to say, we're going to try to cut the monologue to about 15, 20 minutes max. Can we do it? I don't know, but we're going to set a goal for today. What is today? Is it Wednesday?
Today
Thursday?
is Wednesday, August 6th.
Is it?
Yes.
Wow. Time is flying by, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And so I had an extremely difficult time getting around today from my fall on Monday. I could hardly move, and I've been dealing with a crazed child today, needless to say. Crazy Bee, I don't know if you can pull up that picture or not.
One moment. I'm just grabbing the links from the live streams so we can share them so people can know we're live.
It's okay. And
I will get that pulled up.
I think it's unacceptable that at 4 months old, such destruction could occur in under 10 minutes. Mm-hmm.
I don't put anything past children these days, but, it is what it
No,
is.
he did at the doctor's, was shocked at how strong this kid is. He said he had never seen a 4 month old as strong as him. And you figure a doctor's always blowing smoke up your butt. Yeah, right. So short of the problem is I can't get on the floor. So maybe how about an elevated dog crate?
And that
Would
might keep him in place, but he could also lose a finger or two getting caught up in the wires.
true, and then I'd be guilty of kids in cages. Ah,
Oh,
shit, that ain't
yeah.
gonna.
That might not
If
go
I
very
didn't.
well.
Nah, that isn't a good idea. So, and
I've got
Crazy
two
Bee,
more links to send out. Two more places to send, sorry. Almost done.
this just takes a little bit of while. Yeah, this just takes a little bit of while to get set up. That's all. Did you know that, Crazy Bee? Just a little bit of while.
Yeah, I can
Oh
live
my
with a
god.
little bit of while.
Okay.
It's like way down yonder, a ways down yonder.
Uh huh.
That's where that goes.
Okay.
Okay. Let me. Move this
So
over here for a minute.
Crazy Bee was witness to the screaming
Mm-hmm.
right before we came on, and there is no guarantees what is going to happen the rest of the live. I make no promises. So, everybody in the chat or anybody that joins us, please whisper today and be quiet and say a little prayer
Getting
because
it pulled up
me,
next in here. Ah, that's what little guy did today.
yeah, 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 sheer destruction.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's what little guy did. He
yeah,
broke apart the plate bassinet.
yeah. Now, where's he going to go?
I'm sure my son would say something horribly unacceptable. Something
Well,
about Guatemala, and
yeah, he's started down the right path, correct?
yeah, he did a prison break.
There you go. He's working on them El Salvadorian prisons, right?
Yeah,
The
he's
worst of.
already he's already got his escape plans at 4 months
Uh-huh.
old. I mean, it
Yeah,
is a baby prison if you think about it.
it is. Oh, all right, Crazy Bee. So What do you got going on? I hear you're so tired but can't sleep.
Yeah,
Or you want
I
to?
just achy today. It is what it is. There is nothing that's going to change it. I just have to accept it. So, yeah,
Okay.
tis
Well,
life.
maybe when we're done, you'll be able to get some rest.
Mm, no, it's a Wednesday. I've got
Oh,
things I do in the evenings. I got to send my son and his dad to the library to print off his resume that they were supposed to do yesterday, but it didn't happen because we were in a live stream when Dingbats got home and I didn't get a chance to say it. And by the time we got done with the live stream, they decided to go do other things and not listen to a thing I say. So, yeah.
okay.
So again, nothing major got accomplished, but that's the only way he's going to get a job tomorrow. And we'll see how this goes.
All right. Well, we'll stop if we have to and light a fire.
No, hopefully he
All
won't be
right.
home early tonight.
There you go. Well, if you have
So,
to, pause. All right. What do you got up first for us?
well, that's a couple of options. Did we want to cover that recent incident in Georgia or just go straight to the video that we've been sitting on for, I think, 2 weeks now? Or was it? No, it was only a week. It's a week. The Matt Walsh one about how Somalia has
Yeah.
invaded
Eh, I'm kind of
Minneapolis.
over that. What else you got? We can hold that for right now. What do you got up next?
Let me pull up the list. Um, you have Texas announcing arrest warrants for Democrats, Ireland revolting, something about
Yeah,
Mongolia.
yeah. Let's take a look at Ireland and then you can decide as editor in chief what you want to do as production. What's the production head called?
The bitch who gets told what to do and does it.
Uh, Damn.
Sorry.
If only I knew. If only I
I'd rather
knew.
have you make up your mind what to cover so you know what you're doing instead of me just randomly bringing some
You know
wild
what?
crap up.
We're in this together, girl.
Well, yeah, I did my part. I did the editing and I have it ready to roll. When do you want to cover it?
Do the yeah, it doesn't matter. You can Matt Walsh, you got that trimmed down pretty good though, didn't you?
No, it's
You know
down to
what? Go ahead,
17
play Matt.
minutes.
Yeah, go ahead, play Matt Walsh because we were both kind of pissy about him. He made good points, but we also were pissed off. And let's see if the chat or anybody that comes afterwards puts anything in the comments to agree with our take on it. And please don't forget to like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We need all the help that we can get. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It occurs to be.
There's the old quote from Milton Friedman that nothing is as permanent as a temporary government program. The
I
income
don't hear
tax, both
anything.
in this country and Britain, was supposed to be a
Of
temporary
course,
measure to
because, why not?
Exactly.
Let me stop it. Do the exact same damn thing again. And you watch, it'll work this time because, whatever.
Why not? Yep.
Alright, let me get this stuff back up. Okay, let's try it again. If I could get my frickin' mouse to work.
finance wars, in our case, the Civil War.
Sure we go.
Farm subsidies were supposed to be an emergency measure for the Great Depression. The Patriot Act was supposed to be a temporary measure to thwart terrorists before it became a convenient way to spy on domestic political campaigns. In every case, the government introduces a policy claiming it's temporary, and then just like 15 days to slow the spread, and many others we could name, it continued indefinitely. But even with that history in mind, you still have to stand back and admire the sheer gall involved in the Temporary Protected Status Program, otherwise known as TPS. In the case of TPS, Congress literally put the word temporary in the name when they came up with the idea in 1990. They could not have been more explicit. The plan was to give certain foreign nationals a temporary protected status in this country, so they could live here and work here rather than going back home after their homeland had suffered some kind of terrible catastrophe. And yet, temporary protected status has never actually been temporary. Take Haiti, for example. They received temporary protected status all the way back in 2010 on the basis of, quote, extraordinary and temporary conditions in Haiti that prevented nationals of Haiti from returning in safety. That was the catastrophic magnitude 7 earthquake. And originally, Haiti's temporary protected status, which shielded Haitians from deportation in this country, was supposed to last 18 months, but it was never actually terminated. It kept renewing over and over and over again for more than 15 years. Essentially, deporting Haitians became impossible. And many other countries received similar treatment. South Sudan received TPS in 2011. It's been constantly renewed ever since. That's well over a decade of temporary protection. Ditto for both Yemen and Nepal, which each received the designation back in 2015. Nicaragua received temporary protected status in 1999, which continued through the first Trump administration in 2017. And then the Biden administration immediately re-extended it. Venezuela has had temporary protected status since 2021. Now, for all these years, TPS has functioned very clearly as a backdoor way to admit hundreds of thousands of foreign nationals, people from some of the most dysfunctional countries on the planet, into this country and shield them from deportation. It also grants these people work authorization on top of that. Now, to their credit, since taking office in January, the Trump administration has been systematically ending TPS for various countries, one by one. Just last night, the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that the Trump administration can proceed with its plan to remove Afghans and Cameroonians from the TPS program. Additionally, the administration has moved to end the program for Haiti, Honduras, Nepal, and Nicaragua. All of this is progress, obviously. We should celebrate it. Temporary programs should not be permanent. That's especially true when the temporary program is effectively a permanent hall pass for the entire third world. But there is one country that up until now has not had its TPS status revoked by the Trump administration or any other administration. Somalia first received a TPS designation in September of 1991. That is 34 years ago under this temporary status. But the designation remains active today.
I have a question. How is the situation in Somalia today? Is it better than it was in the 1990s? Is it worse than it was in the 1990s? I mean,
is that a problem?
Well, they came here in the first place because of war for temporary protection. And if the war is still going on...
Here we go. Here we go again. Let's just take everybody in because we're the world's keeper. I mean, when is enough? 34 years?
Well, then my family needs to be removed. Every immigrant who's ever come to America needs to be removed. Give it back to the natives, right?
Well, what natives? Who's native to where?
I don't know. The people who were here before the people from England and Europe. Oh, you know what? We'll cut it off. Okay, so any immigrants since 1900 need to go back to Europe, and anyone before the 1900s can stay. I don't know. Where do we where do we draw this off? I mean, they want us to get rid of immigrants. Well, my family's an immigrant. They came here legally. Some of these people are here legally. They got the, I don't know.
But you're missing the point of the program was supposed to be temporary.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean the situation cleared up in 18 months.
But again, at what point? 34 years and we're responsible for an entire country.
I was just asking if the situation was still the same or if it was officially safe to send people back.
Google it and see what's up. See what's going on.
I'm sure it's not going to be a decent enough excuse.
No, I'm not looking for excuses. I'm just saying, at what point do we say for all of these countries? Like the Haitians. How long has it been since they've been here? They've taken over an entire town in my area. An entire town. And again, they're driving without licenses. I mean, we're going to go down this whole path again. I don't want to get on the soapbox about Americans, and that's the issue.
It says an ongoing armed conflict. is the reason. It was extraordinary and temporary conditions, but the situation has not resolved, according to what it's saying here. They
Okay,
received
so
it because of an ongoing armed conflict, and it was supposed to be temporary conditions, but because the conflict, the famine, the disease, and everything else is still ongoing, they haven't been sent back.
okay, so my next question is, what has the United States and or other countries, including the UN and whatever, have done to help them, to provide assistance to get the country back up on its
Oh,
feet?
they give money to the warlords.
Yeah, there you go. There
So
you
we
go.
just send everyone to die in their own country, and we don't bother to try and save any. Leave them to their
Well,
own
no,
devices.
that would be the Bill Gates method easily. Then you wouldn't have to kill us via food. We wouldn't be eating bugs and shit.
I mean, we could just say, screw it, never help anyone. China steps in and helps some, and then China gains more territory in our direction.
And China's already been doing that, haven't they? Didn't they
Yeah,
already
which is why we're
do?
trying to win some of these countries back by sending them aid. I don't know.
And we've been sending them aid. Look at what we found via the USAID program, right?
Unfortunately, it's what keeps China from doing more invasion on us. I don't know. It's a no-win situation.
Well, something's got to change. I mean, the corruption portion, I'm not saying not to provide assistance. And what is it? The United States is the top donator from all include from the all of the other 5 countries listed below. Okay? Add them all up and we still give more money than those 5 countries do.
Well, it would be nice if they would give more. Definitely. It's not going to happen. It never has. It never will. We are the sole responsibility for keeping China at bay. America wanted to be the world's badass. We got the role. That kind of comes with the territory, I guess. Whoever the badass is of the world, you're stuck foot in the bill.
Well, I think that's kind of why they wanted to kind of back off a little bit and become more third worldish with Obama and Biden and all that, right? They wanted to become more socialistic.
But we were still footing the bill back then.
Exactly.
That makes stupid sense if they wanted
Well,
to
I
be
think
the
even more
lesser
so.
responsible but still footing the bill. I would have been like, look, I don't have the money because we're paying everybody else's bills. So, fuck off. Because we're
Yeah,
not the
well,
world's badass anymore. Y'all figure it out yourselves. But here we are. We're not wanting to foot the bill but we still want to be the world badass.
yeah, and look at where we don't even have the pot to piss in anymore. The pot is gone. We're pissing on the ground.
Not according to what Trump's big, beautiful bill says, and with all the cuts that Elon threw out there, we're supposed to have a fuck ton of money available. Both can't be happening at the same time. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's where I'm kind of confused. It's like, are we actually saving money, or are we don't have any money to go anywhere or to do anything with? Because I'm hearing both stories.
It could be a case of the emperor's new clothes.
So there was never any money to begin with.
Right.
That's an interesting one. So how the hell have we been getting along?
And it's all facade. We're just in a simulation.
That would be nice, because then I could just reboot my life and not have to worry about any of this shit sometimes.
Just disconnect the chip and there you go.
Throw it away. Throw the chip in the trash, compact that sucker, run it through the grill, run it through the grater, shred that bitch up.
Bleach bit it, right? Bleach bit it.
No, it's like,
I mean, there's
again, with
my
all
point.
the
My
misinformation out there, we don't really know exactly what's going on.
right, and my point of all of this is, how many people do we take? That's my point. How many people is acceptable to
Well, why don't
help
you pick
around?
the number of how many are acceptable?
I don't. Hey, if I was in Congress, I'd be up there making my peace. All right, but I'm not.
Well, what's the suggested number then? So Congress, I mean, this is where I would
I don't
stand is,
know.
1,000 a year.
I'd need that. Hey, you know that video that you sent me that I couldn't even start, that I said I'm 30 seconds in, and his whiteboard drove me absolutely crazy? You know that
Mm-hmm.
video with the hair? That's the kind of whiteboard that I would need to figure out all the countries, all the cities, let
1,000
alone.
people from from all countries. We allow no more than 1,000 people from every country, and then
And
you're
there
all
you
up.
go.
I will see you in heaven when you die in a couple days, or couple weeks, or couple
I
months,
ain't
or
going to
couple
heaven.
years.
I'm
I
not
mean,
going to heaven. I told you that. I'm already going to hell.
my point
I,
is I can throw out some random numbers. I can even put out a
yeah.
decent, fair estimate of what we could allow. I
Well,
I can do that just off the top of my head because, again, if you take in all the land they just burned down in California for that city expansion, and then New York being emptied out because nobody wants to live there anymore, and parts of Washington State once they finally burned themselves out, we have lots of land on the
oh,
coast to
that's an
send people.
interesting concept.
It's
That's
already
interesting.
land that was destroyed and can be rebuilt.
Right. So why couldn't that
So,
land? Well,
because
I
those
was going to
states
say,
only are talking about it, they will never act on it
no,
unless
no.
it
I was
pisses
just
off the
wondering why we.
public.
Yeah, I was wondering why we just couldn't give that money to those countries. But if you're
Yeah, we
saying
already
it's
know it's
just
going to go to the
war,
warlords to
warlords,
cause more
yeah.
death and terrorist activities back at us.
Well, let's
So,
send Rob Schneider. Let's send Rob Schneider and his team in to eliminate the warlords. Although
who?
it would be the younger set. It'd be the younger group, unless Rob thinks he could handle it, which I'm sure he does.
I don't
Uh,
know anything about that. I've never heard anything about it.
yeah. Why don't we? They could go in and wipe those guys out. Why not? You know what I mean?
Well,
Why do the bad guys? Why do the bad guys get to have it all?
I'm
The
not sure.
United States. If the United States wants to flex, let's flex.
So, take out
Couple countries.
8 countries in Africa, half the Middle East, 4 countries of Asia, all of Russia,
No, 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 no. I'm
and
just saying a
a
couple.
couple
I'm
in
just
South
saying.
America. If we just
I'm just saying.
obliterate those
No, no, no,
countries,
no. You're not following the pattern. Let's just do a couple. Let's do a flex and see where it gets us.
it's just going to cause other nations to fight back on behalf of their comrades that we bombed.
Oh well. I guess Europe and some other people are going to have to step to the plate then.
Well, we're all
Well, let's
trying to
see.
avoid
Well,
that mutually assured
okay. So,
destruction.
so we got Ireland to look at yet, and we got Poland to take a look at yet. And then let's see if that changes your mind. So go ahead with Matt Walsh, please.
Current extension isn't set to expire for another year, and that needs to change as quickly as possible. And then, once TPS is ended for Somalia, we need to begin mass deportations of Somalis in this country, which should also include, in many cases, denaturalization. And that's because after decades of unrestricted migration into the United States, Somalis have now taken over and rendered dysfunctional several major American cities, most notably Minneapolis. They have imported their third world hellhole that they don't even want to live in to the United States. And that's not surprising since Somalis aren't in this country under temporary protected status because of an earthquake or some other natural disaster. They're here because they've rendered their own homeland into an unlivable wasteland. So it's not exactly a great shock that the same thing is happening to places like Minneapolis. Now, there's no better sign.
So the civilians in Somalia who can't own guns to defend themselves don't have weapons to defend themselves, absolutely allowed these warlords, and they encouraged the warlords to start killing each other and the civilians, other civilians. The farmer in Somalia absolutely is rooting for that warlord and giving him every spare penny he has willingly because he wants his country destroyed.
Well, I would want to know his definition of hellhole first, of Minneapolis.
His definition of hellhole is anything other than his white suburb.
Okay.
I'm serious. If you've listened to him talk, that is
I
basically his definition of what a hellhole is. Anything other than the white picket fence and the dozen kids and a 5-bedroom home that no one else can afford. That I live in a hellhole compared to where he lives. So, I'm curious why he makes it sound like all Somalians destroyed their home country. Like they all put forth their effort to, not, hey, like, go ahead, shoot me and kill me so you can take my land. Go ahead, sacrifice me. Is that how they turned it into a hellhole? They willingly allowed these warlords to do this to their land? I'm curious. Is that what happened? Because, like, according to history books, none of these people had a choice. They were either give up their land and their farming or be killed. And heaven forbid if you're the wrong religion in Somalia. And that's why I'm curious, what does he mean that all these Somalians turned their country into a hellhole? I really want to know where he gets this. Because he hasn't given it one example yet. How it's every civilian's fault that Somalia turned into a hellhole.
So I would think that he's a tad racist.
I think he's a bit of an asshole for stating it that way. Because
well, go ahead, hit.
I'm really curious as to what he means by it.
Well, let's continue and let's see where we go.
The Trump administration needs to act on Somali migration and quickly. Then the rise of a Muslim Somali socialist named Omar Fateh, who now stands a very good chance of becoming the next mayor of Minneapolis. We've talked about...
Oh my God, there's a Lutheran person who's running for mayor of this city. Let's strike against it because he's Lutheran. And not the Christian I believe. So we must go after him. I'm just going to point that out too. So, sorry.
Sharia law.
Before, in the context of his open admission that he's working on behalf of Somalis instead of Americans, as well as his disparaging and false attacks on white people, who he says are the greatest threat in the country right now.
Okay, so if it is true, which we would have to get information on, if he is saying, just like Ilhan Omar said, she is working on behalf of Somalia and not the United States. Well, then
why the fuck did they let these people run for Congress in the first place if they knew this when they did their background check?
Thank you. How is that happening? Thank you.
Again, I'm not saying people elected them in. Other politicians and judges elected them in. That's not our fault. And I don't think it's the fault of the people in the community. These people are needed for whatever reason, and it doesn't matter. This is why I tell people to go vote. I've been voting. A lot of good it's done. The world just keeps fucking me over when it comes to it. So, again, we've tried controlling the circumstances. We've tried doing everything legally, but how do you legally win against people who break the law and to get into office, to change the laws that are just going to be fought in the courts for 10 to 15, 20 years before anything actually gets done about it? And so it could be another 40 to 50 years before we see any Sharia law put into place. Because
and plus,
our system is a bitch.
Trying to get them either off the ballot or out of office, that could take decades. And meanwhile, the damage is done.
Well, it's no different than the damage that was done through the 90s when President Bush wanted to throw in the Patriot Act, and look at the damage that was done, and nobody really was able to stop it.
Yep.
I mean, every president has done something that has done permanent damage to this country.
Yes, they have.
So, yeah, it sucks. Our government really hates us, and they have for well over 200 years. Just going to put that in place.
Now, on Saturday night, to the surprise of many political observers who haven't been paying any attention, Fateh won the endorsement of Minnesota's Democratic Farmer Labor Party, or DFL. In case you're not familiar with Minnesota politics, the DFL is the state's equivalent of the Democrat Party. The DFL is affiliated with Democrats. They're functionally the same thing. Fateh won the party's endorsement over the incumbent mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey, who's running for re-election. So this is not a meme candidate that we're talking about. Fateh is not some figment of the right's imagination. With the full backing of the Democrat Party establishment, Minneapolis is about to elect, potentially, their own Zoran Mamdani. And for their part, the Somali community of Minneapolis is obviously very excited about that prospect. Here's a clip from his celebration after he locked up the DFL endorsement. Watch.
عليكم مقعي وايكي حسن وعادوا فرحنا مانتا ولكن عمر فاتح نقدون next mayor Minneapolis وهيستوريك واي وعرجنا Somalia دقيق Minneapolis إلى صباحا وعودي.
So they're not speaking English. There are no white people in the shot. If you don't have any context, you might think this footage is from Mogadishu, except, well, the building behind them is not falling apart. So that's the one giveaway. Not yet, anyway. Give these Somalis a few more years, and I'm sure they'll be able to replicate that bit of local color from their homeland as well. Now, recently, when I pointed out how grotesque this is, that American City has imported so many foreign socialists from the third world that third world socialists have started winning elections, I was predictably shouted down as a racist, and I was told that, in reality, Fateh's support is predominantly coming from white liberal women. But that's not actually true. I mean, it's not even close to true. As of 2018, according to Census Bureau data, more than 43,000 people born in Somalia were living in Minneapolis.
I like the way he says Census Bureau data, but doesn't tell us the actual source of which census data. We're just supposed to take his word for it. It very well could be crazy liberal white women doing this.
Mm-hmm.
We produce links to everywhere we go. I've been to his shows in the descriptions. There are no links to it.
Correct. Right.
They could at least do a little bit better job at sourcing.
Right.
Or tell us it. I just want to point that out. Also because I don't want to get the copyright strike, so we have to do this. So sorry. But, I mean,
either that,
where's the sources?
He's also more of an opinion.
Yes, but he just stated as a fact that this was not the case. He said, actually, it's not. Well, if it actually isn't, where's your source? It wasn't in the description of the video when I went and looked at it from YouTube.
No, it is not.
Oh, it's on Daily Wire where you got to pay so much a year to get access to it. Oh.
Right.
Yeah, that's not exactly right. Now is it?
Hey, Crazy Bee, who's in the chat today, if anybody?
Blue Rose, Art, and Vanilla Pie. Our usuals.
Our usual. Hey, Blue. Hey, Vanilla. Hey, Art. Hope you're all doing well today.
Oh. Yeah, I would love to see his proofs. Yeah. And multiple sources, because, I like to go and check multiple sources to see if they actually agree with each other. Good old-fashioned actual work.
Yeah, it's just not him. It's many of them.
I know. It's irritating because it's on the right and the left. It's cherry-picked data, and they don't ever show you the actual data, or they show you segments of the data. And it could have been made up by anybody in a PDF format. And they're just, Sometimes I don't like some of these people because maybe they're not accurate and they got everyone all upset over nothing. Who knows?
Right.
Both sides do this. So.
Minnesota, and nearly 100,000 Minnesotans spoke Somali at home. Keep in mind, the population of Minneapolis, where the vast majority of Somalis live, is only around 425,000 people. And these are just the official estimates from 7 years ago. Again, 7 years ago. By now, we can safely assume the population of Somalis has exploded even further. Actually, we don't have to assume anything. Instead of relying on official statistics, we can just walk down to the local courthouse. That's what a lawyer named Phil Holloway did recently. He pulled up a list of all the pending cases that would be heard in Hennepin County, Minnesota in the following week. Hennepin County includes Minneapolis. The lawyer grabbed the court calendar, in other words, and take a look at what he found straight from the courthouse. Again, if you showed this context, this document with no context, you would assume that this is a list of pending court cases in some failed state in the third world, not the largest.
This could have been done on any Excel type spreadsheet. Just gonna point that out too. We have to take his word. It's directly from the court website, but I don't see the court website. I don't see anything with a tool like, saying this is the website we're on. He just literally pulls it out and we're expected to accept it as factual.
But if we wanted to, we could go look for it. So
potentially.
I don't want to play everything tit for tat either.
No, but I am curious what the website actually is, because I don't see a website. Yeah. And I can't really read this. No, there's no website listed. I'm trying to see if there's it says civil court family. I'm trying to read does it say which county and which state? Well, we obviously know it's Missouri.
It's Minneapolis, I believe you said. Well, we can go look later.
Yeah, I'm just curious about that. So,
yeah,
okay.
I think so.
No, I was just wondering if it had anything on there because, again, sometimes like a major city like that, it holds the entire county, but there's also smaller courts for, some of the smaller towns and stuff that are outliers. And that's why I'm really curious if it's really that county, the city and county one.
Yeah, hold on a second. Oh, I can blow it up, but it just goes fuzzy, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'll
where.
See if I can get it. Yeah. I'll see if
I was
can get
literally squinting my eyes trying to look at it. I can't. But I'm really, truly curious if this is directly from the website or is this, again, cherry-picked names from the website and not actually all of them. So we'll have to play with that and see if we can find it.
City in Minnesota. Under party names, you have to strain to find a single American in the entire list. It's on the screen right now. Try finding an American. There's a lot of Abdis and Mohammeds and Abdullahs. There's a Fartun Abdullah and a Ridwan Abdi. There's a Haban Abdurrahman, a Mohammed Nasir Abdallah. But at least on the first two pages, there aren't any Bobs or Pauls or Steves, strangely enough. And that tells us, as if we needed more confirmation, why a Muslim socialist from Somalia named Omar Fateh is currently on track to be the next mayor of Minneapolis.
He would have some serious issues with my family's names because most of them are not standard American names and our last names are far from American. They're mostly Slavic. God, he would hate me. Most of my family does not have a standard American name. Most of my cousins, stuff like that, they're not on my, at least on my side of the family, not Danny's side, but yeah, most of them don't have standard American names. So there are no Bobs or Steve. Well, no, there is one Bob, but there are no Pauls and Steves that I can think of in my family. And especially with the Slavic last name. So, oops, he's not going to like my family.
He's not just getting support from a large number of brainwashed American women with suicidal empathy, although that's also happening. But a huge base of his support is foreigners, just like himself. And they're not put off by his policies or his general vibes, let's say. A very large number of Somalis, nearly half by some estimates, are the product of incest, of first or second cousin marriages, which explains why you can often identify a Somali just by looking at them, as you can in Omar Fateh's case. Now, of course, you're not supposed to notice that or talk about it, but, it's just true. At the very least, we can conclude that Somalis definitely aren't repulsed by Omar Fateh's connection to the federally funded childhood nutrition nonprofit known as Feeding Our Future, which is one of the many scams that
comment was
Somalis are
really
running in
unnecessary.
What was that?
I said, I think that comment was really unnecessary.
Which comment from who?
The comment from Matt Walsh there saying that they all look alike.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sorry, because I was also reading the comments in the chat, too. Yeah, no, that's unacceptable.
Yeah, unfortunately, I see the comments in the chat.
Oh, Art
So I
was
don't
saying,
know
well,
what
if you
that-
look at a court calendar in Oakland, California, I'm betting a ton of them will be cases with somebody who's black. I bet if you look at the court cases here in my town, they're all white. Again, he doesn't need to stereotype. Matt Walsh doesn't. He shouldn't be like, oh, they all look the same because they're inbred. That's bullshit. Because I can tell you, the mountains, just a little bit east and north of me, there's plenty of inbreeding up there, too. Is he going to have a fit about them? I'm really curious.
I don't.
Oh, maybe he should know about, like, anyone from England who was related to the royal family, even slightly distantly. They're all inbred, too. And let's not forget the Parisians, Paris. They had a lot of inbreeding going on with their royalty. Yep. He's forgetting even his own... God knows what his ancestry is, but at some point, there was probably some. I mean, if Adam and Eve were truly the first people on the planet, we're all there. And then when, again, everyone got wiped out, so it was only Noah and his son-in-laws and his daughters and, the kids and their spouses were still all inbred. Like, does he not realize how ridiculous his argument is? And by the way, it is legal in many states to marry your first or second cousin. Usually it's second cousin, but in many states, first cousin is 100% accepted. He needs to look that up if he doesn't believe me. So, yeah, for your little inbreeding because they're marrying their cousins, that shit happens in America all the time. So if you're going to judge them, you better start judging the people of America.
Crazy B. Crazy B.
Jesse,
play here.
My mouse died. Or it's dying. Hold on, here's play.
Give you some background on how the scam worked. Last year,
bar.
3 individuals whose names are Haji Osman Salad, Sharmaki Issa, and Kadra Abdi pleaded guilty to wire fraud in a $250 million wire fraud scheme, where they claimed that they had served more than 15 million meals to children during the pandemic through their restaurants and shell companies. But it wasn't true. They spent the money on apartments and sports cars instead. And then a few months ago, the Trump DOJ announced that a federal jury had convicted 2 more individuals in a similar scheme. Quoting from the DOJ, Amy Bach and Salim Saeed took advantage of the COVID-19 pandemic to carry out a massive fraud scheme that stole money meant to feed children. The defendants falsely claimed to have served 91 million meals, for which they fraudulently received nearly 250 million in federal funds. That money did not go to feed kids. Instead, it was used to fund their lavish life. A few years ago.
Sounds a lot like some other very high up, powerful people throughout the United States during COVID. What was that one chick, the Barbara Streisand thing?
Yes.
That they talked
With
about?
her gardener.
Yeah.
Her gardener.
Yeah. So they took...
Yeah, she was her gardener.
So he's mad because they did what others were doing. And I think all of them should be in jail for this, by the way. But he's using this as an excuse to hate on one group. But yeah, there's people like that in every group.
Right,
I mean,
the topic is the TPS and the Somalians and the Haitians, so that's where he's going to go.
Yeah,
All right, all right.
but
Yeah,
I also
all right.
like to point out it happens everywhere. Everywhere there are scammers
We
that all
know,
need to be punished.
we know.
Well, I'm
Here we
trying to
go.
balance this out and give us time so we don't get hit with the copyright strike. Because I can't just let the
Okay.
video play all the way through without saying and adding things to it every
Well,
few
I think we've
minutes.
been doing a good job commenting.
I'm trying.
All right, all right, all right. There we go.
Surprising absolutely no one, Omar Fateh publicly defended
And the third
Feeding Our
co-host
Future.
has made his
He
appearance.
attacked people who suggested the nonprofit might be an elaborate scam. Watch.
And I want to thank also Amy and her team, Feeding Our Future, for making this first court victory a reality. So first, I want to say thank you to all of you. In that meeting, we were asking what was going on, and we asked very directly, was there any evidence of fraud? Was there any concerns or suspicions? And they told us that there was zero evidence. Nothing was there. So to us, that was immoral, what was going on. And I see this most recent victory coming from not just our office, but our other electeds, from Ilhan's office and Ali that's here, from the Feeding Our Future staff, from all of you coming together, because it's not just the East African fight, just like our brother just said right now. It was affecting our black community, our Latino community, our minority kids, our working families, all of us. And MDE and the state that's already failing all of us, coming in consistently last in terms of servicing our students of color, underperforming schools, and now to have this, I think it's immoral. And for this most recent news to come out that they're trying to make everybody come back and reapply, I think that's wrong, and it shows you that the fight is going to continue.
At the time, Fateh was feeling confident because the Minnesota Department of Education had just lost a lawsuit which allowed the Feeding Our Future fraud to continue. Somalis in Minnesota thought their fraud was untouchable after that lawsuit was dismissed. But after the federal criminal search warrants started coming in for Feeding Our Future, Fateh changed his tone a little bit. He quickly returned 7 political contributions from people who were directly named in Feeding Our Future search warrants. We don't have to wonder why he was nervous. Here's reporting from one local news station on testimony from one of the Feeding Our Future trials. Quote, testifying quietly on the witness stand Tuesday, Hannah American told the jury about the most brazen fake invoice she submitted in the midst of the $250 million federal meal fraud during the COVID-19 pandemic. Marekajan, I guess is how you pronounce that, I don't know, American, who has already pleaded guilty to her crimes, claimed in August 2021 to have provided $3.15 million worth of food to a fraudulent meal site called House of Refuge. Marekajan testified that Amy Bach and other fraud participants also used Senator Omar Fateh as a pawn during the legal fight with the Minnesota Department of Education. She said Fateh, who is now running for mayor of Minneapolis, made a phone call on their behalf to Attorney General Keith Ellison as part of their attempt to derail the Minnesota Department of Education's fraud prevention and paint the department as racist. Well, that sounds familiar. When you're called out for committing fraud, just scream racism. It worked for Ilhan Omar, it worked for BLM, so why wouldn't it work for Omar Fateh and Feeding Our Future? And keep in mind, there's a lot more fraud where this came from. As staggering as this is, $250 million in fraud, you have to remember this is just what the feds uncovered. Altogether, it's safe to assume that Somalis in Minnesota have been robbing billions of dollars from taxpayers in various scams. Just imagine what they'd be able to do if they run the city from the mayor's office. You won't have a city left. And, of course, that's the whole point of importing these people. If there's a note of humor and optimism to strike here, although there probably isn't one, it comes from looking at the voting procedures that were used at the DFL convention. Turns out that as part of this endorsement process, the Democrats experimented with electronic balloting instead of using paper ballots, which are the traditional method. This is obviously their plan for the entire country, as we all know. And on Saturday, it was a complete disaster, to the point that hundreds of ballots weren't even counted, which is a big deal when only around 750 delegates are involved in total. Watch.
Well, the first ballot, there were probably about 700 delegates there, but only about 300 votes counted. And they had tried an electronic voting process, and apparently it wasn't as efficient as they had hoped, and meaning that votes may not have counted. Mayor Fry's campaign had left the convention by the time Fateh was endorsed. And by the time Fateh was endorsed, they just asked people to raise their credentials and they counted them, or they got a voice vote of endorsement. That's not the way these endorsement conventions work. You have to count ballots, and they did not do that.
Now, if you're one of the few Americans still living in Minneapolis, this is what you have to hold on to. You have to hope that in reality it was a voting glitch that led the establishment Democrat Party to endorse a Muslim socialist from Somalia to be your next mayor. In other words, you have to hope that your party is so incompetent and corrupt that it can't even count 750 votes. That's the best case scenario for Democrats in Minneapolis at the moment. But regardless of what went wrong at this convention, the fact remains that Minneapolis has fallen. There's just no getting around it. This isn't the same city that it was just 2 decades ago. The current mayor, Jacob Frey, infamously wept before the golden casket of George Floyd. He pandered to BLM mobs after they torched police stations and destroyed local businesses and entire city blocks for an entire summer. And he often appeared at events for Somali migrants in Minneapolis, beclowning himself as much as he possibly could. Here's one of those events. This is from last year's Somalia Independence Day celebration in Minneapolis. Watch this.
Somalia Anolato! Somalia Anolato!
So Jacob Frey debased himself on camera repeatedly. He spoke the language. He performed the tribal dances. He even chanted "Long live Somalia" as he celebrated Somalia's independence. Even though Somali independence, let's be clear, was obviously a failure. It's not something you celebrate, like it didn't work out. Like many other countries you could name, Somalia was better off as a colony. The country had order and stability then. It had a function.
How many people were alive before Somalia was a country today? Who was alive to see Somalia back before England took over? Anyone raise a hand to prove or disprove his statement? Anyone? Like, who was alive back then to know that before England took over? I'm truly curious. And, when England left, they kind of left it to the warlords. So what else was going to happen? All right, let's get through these last 2 minutes.
Infrastructure, its currency had value. It had an education system. It had these basic things you need to be a functioning country. And now that they've kicked out the dastardly European colonizers, they have none of those things. Their country is now a dystopian hellscape, which is why they're all fleeing to the United States. But Jacob Frey was willing to pretend that Somali independence was worth celebrating, just like he was willing to speak the language and perform some ridiculous dances because he thought it meant that he could hold on to political power. But as Frey discovered on Saturday, all of his self-flagellation and pandering was not enough. It was never going to be enough because unlike testosterone-deficient, self-loathing American leftists like Jacob Frey, Somalis are solely interested in advancing their own national and ethnic interests. That's what they care about. And when they're given the opportunity to exploit a suicidal civilization to use them as a host so they can advance their own interests, often through fraud and exploitation, they'll do it every time. The best case scenario is that the Trump administration steps in immediately and begins deporting as many Somalis as possible while ending any temporary protected status we've been affording them for decades. The alternative is that Somalis are left to do to Minneapolis what they did to Somalia. Americans will become refugees in their own homeland. And Somalis, having destroyed a city of 450,000 people, will move on to their next target until they either succeed or something stops them. Should either of those possibilities come to pass, it'll be a lot less pleasant than carrying out some orderly deportations, which we have every right to do right now. The Democrats' endorsement of Omar Fateh is a very clear and obvious sign, one that can't be ignored any longer. For the safety and well-being of everyone living in this country, we have no choice but to end the fraud. The rise of Omar Fateh has demonstrated beyond any doubt that a decisive response is necessary. And now it's time that the Trump administration gave Somalis the exact same treatment it gave to Haitians and Nicaraguans and Venezuelans and Afghans, and send them back to the country that they still call their home.
Okay. But these people, I believe, some of them have gotten not just the temporary status, but some of them were able to go on to become American citizens, like Ilhan Omar, who came here as a temporary protection status, but was eventually became a naturalized citizen. So what do we do with them? Oh, that's right, denaturalize them. But then that can easily become a slippery slope to anyone else they don't like. And we all seen how that happened, because it happened in the 1930s Germany. There were German citizens who were removed from Germany because of their race and religion. So this is, again, it's a really slippery slope that all of our politicians are taking right now. I just don't know how I feel about it. I'm looking at this. I get it. We don't want any troublemakers here. But also, I don't know. It's really just, what do we do? Where do we draw the lines? How do we keep the boundaries? How do we keep everyone safe? I mean, everybody wants a solution, but it's not going well. It's not going well when we're trying to come up with a solution, because none of our politicians will ever agree on one, which is why it keeps getting kicked down the road over and over and over again. Dee, did you unmute? Can I hear you?
Yes, I'm unmuted.
Okay. I know you asked if I could hear you, and, well, now I can. But I'm just wondering how they're going to fix this. Oh, you sent him home?
Yes, Eric just came and took him, so it's been all day. Crazy Bee had a taste of him for about maybe 7 minutes, and it was not pleasant. And
he's not feeling good.
Anyway. But Ilhan Omar can go, because she's, I don't have a problem with her, but...
Well, she's obviously made it clear she's not wanting to be an American. She's just using that status to get somewhere.
Correct. Exactly. And anybody that's in that position should have to go as well. Any of those that were waving the Mexican flag.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, go. Anybody that's waving, I don't care, Palestinian or Israel flag, go ahead, go. Let them all go.
Well,
you're supposed to pledge allegiance to America.
Well, again, the flag of Israel is also a religious flag, if I remember correctly, kind of like the flag of Christianity, that we actually don't allow in a lot of places anymore as much as it used to be.
Yeah, that's been a long time.
So, again, that's where it's like, is it the representation of the religion or their alliance?
Country. Right.
And so, again, that's why I've always said the American flag should be flown the highest, and then anything after that. Then your state, then whatever.
Right. But I'm leaning towards when we have these riots that are on the street. If it isn't the American... Yeah. Go ahead.
I hear you about the American flag, but, I don't think we should be doing that. However... and mass gatherings. But if a person in their home who is Jewish,
I don't have a problem with that.
As long as the American flag is above the Israeli flag.
Correct.
That is where I say, but in protests, I don't think flags should be allowed at all. You're not allowed to wave a flag because all you guys do is disrespect them.
Right. That's the issue that I have, is in protest.
Mm-hmm. I don't think they should be allowed.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really frustrating that these people are protesting for things they don't even fully understand, too. Like we've talked about before. They're not the brightest things on the planet.
All right, what do we got up next? I think...
You said the Ireland is revolting?
Yeah, show Ireland, and I don't know if you can put your hands on the Poland one, the Polish president.
I have not seen a video because I haven't really been scrolling on a lot of platforms lately. Let me get Ireland playing, and we will
let me see if I can find them real quick. Yeah.
All right, let's make sure this sucker works.
I can't get into YouTube for some. Yep.
I'll see if I can find it.
Okay, yeah, I can't get into YouTube for some reason.
And now this wants to show the wrong.
And now I can.
Anyone
figure.
want to tell us what's going on with the electronics being the way they are?
It's been a weird day.
It has.
I mean,
Okay.
tell me why I'm on my tablet, but yet on my phone there's an issue.
Uh-huh.
It's
I
the
don't know.
baby and his electricity. I don't know.
But let me go ahead and hit play on this. And, yeah.
Prophet Muhammad, your warlord, has no power here. And whose country is this? For you will not come here and dominate and walk and disrespect us in our churches, in our national monuments. You will respect the Irish people, or we will make you respect us.
So a lot of people don't understand exactly what's going on in Ireland right now. They have gotten so overrun by immigration of Islamic Muslims who don't respect the Irish, their culture, the way of life, or the people who have lived there for centuries, that it is starting to overflow and boil. There's also been a surge in sexual assaults, some of which being minors, which would track because the Prophet Muhammad didn't have any respect for kids. He married a 6-year-old and consummated the relationship at the age of 9 years old. I don't know if you guys remember the history of the IRA, but there's a reason that there's a whole drink called the Irish car bomb. There was so much violence, so much bloodshed, and so many explosions the last time we were this angry over there. This shit is not just happening in Ireland, it's happening in the UK, it's happening in Australia, it's starting to happen in Canada. If you don't know about Sharia law, you need to get educated on it really quickly because it is evil and its goal is to take over the world. Not to acclimate into our countries, but to take them the fuck over. And this needs to be fought at any cost.
And again, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but even the old way the Catholics ran the church was the equivalent of Sharia law. I don't want to keep repeating myself on that, but again, almost all these religions have been behaving this way. And
Right.
I don't like
Right.
Sharia law because it is the most current one that's acting like this. And again, I have more of a problem with them disrespecting the monuments, forcing businesses to close and stuff like that. If, you know, they want to go back to their home country and kill themselves off slowly by little because of their religion, that's on them. But, you know, we have laws here, and America has stricter laws against this kind of stuff than Ireland does. And that's why Ireland is having a big problem with it.
And I just think that we have come a little ways to have a little bit more maturity about things this go around, I would hope.
But yet I see a movement of a bunch of men trying to want to go back to the old Catholic ways.
Right.
So
Yeah,
have we really?
Yeah. I mean, and they're having at it, so, you know, they're outpacing the Americans in childbirth.
Mm-hmm. Because I've heard a
Almost
lot of good,
every day.
strong, supposedly Christian men wanting women to not have their rights anymore and just stay home and have babies again and
Right.
not have opinions
Take
in
care of the
politics and stuff or anything like that. And they're quoting the Bible at it. So are we
Yep.
really any more advanced? I think we're regressing in America over some of this stuff. I don't know at this point. There's a movement of Christians who want to regress, and there's also a movement of some of the Muslim people who want to progress. And I don't think we're ever going to find a happy middle, and it scares me.
Well, your city idea might not be a bad one.
Well, I would rather personally live in the middle of nowhere with no electricity, no neighbors. I can have solar
We already
power.
had this, we talked about this the other day. Just if you weren't invited, well, meet Hulk. That's all.
I'm telling you, it is frustrating sometimes the way societies they make one step forward, 3 steps back in a different area. I don't know. I
Yeah,
get it.
but
We
is
don't
it
want
enough
our
to
lives to
do? Is it
change,
enough
but
to do some type of?
where'd that
Is it
video
going to be
just
for the positive? Is it going to be for the negative? You know, if that means that, you know, my grandsons have to live or be killed under this, I got a major problem with it.
But what good?
Obviously,
What do we really have control over the future? Is my question. How much
we
control
don't.
do I really have?
We don't. All I can do is give them the best tools and advice going forward. I mean, you know, I can't live forever. So I have my 20 years and then I fizzle out. My chip is dead. And,
Yeah.
you know, hopefully they'll be good, strong men. But who knows what the future holds and who knows what it holds for us either.
I know.
You know? I mean, interestingly enough, and I'm not sure where the correlation with this goes, but with the influx of the largely illegal population being Hispanic, right? And they're predominantly, although we did get a lot of bad people, they're predominantly of the Catholic faith. Are they enough to hold it against Sharia law? Against
Probably
Islam?
not. Probably
I don't
not.
know. I mean, with their numbers estimated anywhere up to be 21 million of illegals, could they potentially hold the line for Christianity?
I really don't know because know that Islam is taking over in many countries, but with the friendly watered down version that's
Right.
winning people over. So again, this is why vetting needs to be good. But again, you can vet someone all you want. You can't really see what's in their head.
No, head or heart, right.
How do you see this stuff?
Right. You don't.
It's scary. And again, it's not the first time because we've seen it happen to the pagans in the past and everything. So, you know, how scared were they about the changes they were coming into? I mean, I'm just trying to be, like I always say, open-minded to all perspectives. And at this point, it's like I can guide my kids in a direction, but who's to say they're going to hold steadfast when it comes their time?
Right.
I can't make promises
We
for the
don't.
future.
Yeah, we don't know what. Yeah, we have no clue as to what they're going to be up against. And that goes through their old age as well.
And will they bother passing it on? So, yeah, and I can understand why Poland and Ireland are frustrated and angry. But they were that angry when the Catholics rolled through during the Crusades and stuff, when they went on their peace-loving missions around the world.
Right.
I mean, the Irish were just as pissed back then.
Right. Were you able to pull up the Poland one?
Yes, I do have it.
Okay, let's see what he has to say then.
Okay, so Dominic Talshin.
And it's a black screen. Are you kidding me? Well, I'm just going to play it from the website. Screw this. I'm not winning. I can't win right now. I swear everything I'm doing is not working.
And there's the destroyed bassinet.
Well, you can see it. They can't.
Okay. Yeah, that the wild man kicked apart in 10 minutes.
Let me close some of this so I can see what the hell I'm doing. I have so many things open right now.
Okay, so Dominic.
Okay. Let me back this up. I have not had a way to cut out anything like advertisements or stuff. Please be patient. Let me see if I can enlarge this. There we go. Let's hit play.
Okay, so Dominik Talczynski is a Polish politician and member of the European Parliament. But listen to what he said here.
How many refugees has Poland taken?
0.
And you're proud of that?
If you are asking me about Muslims illegal immigration, none, not even one, will come to Poland. Not even one if it's illegal. We took over 2 million Ukrainians who are working, who are peaceful in Poland. We will not receive even one Muslim because this is what we promised.
But I asked not about illegal immigrants, I asked about refugees. And Jean-Claude Juncker, the Commission President, says that you're racist. You sound proud of the fact that you haven't taken any refugees.
Of course, because this is what our people are expecting from our government. That's number one. This is why our government was elected. This is why Poland is so safe. This is the reason why we had not even one terrorist attack. Look at the streets in Poland, and we can be called populists, nationalists, racists. I don't care. I care about my family and about my country.
Ms. Lockbeal, I mean...
The lowest unemployment in European Union is Poland. The highest GDP after COVID in European Union is Poland. One of the lowest debts in European Union is Poland. So don't give us this rubbish about the need of educated immigration, as we heard yesterday. We don't need your doctors. We don't need your engineers. Take them all and pay for them. We don't need them. You know why? Because there's 0 terrorist attacks in Poland. Why? Because there is no illegal migration in Poland. So don't give me this look. Don't give me these arguments about the populism, because this is a fact. This is your data from Eurostat. So we don't need your engineers. We don't need your doctors. Take them. Do not teach us. Do not teach us about democracy, because we know what the democracy is. So learn from Poland. Be like Poland. Thank you very much.
The man said, I care about my country and I care about my family. I mean, he's not wrong for saying that. Here in the US, we have American citizens losing their lives because of horrible, stupid immigration policies, as you can see in these reports. You let me know what you think about it. God bless you. Catch you on the next one.
Okay. Yeah, it's I don't blame them.
Yeah.
I can't blame them, and they are a hell of a lot smaller than we are. If you think about their landmass size compared to America, they're tiny.
Oh, definitely. Most definitely.
It's really, it's scary. And Ireland, I believe, is just about the same size landmass-wise. They don't really have room for all these people.
Right.
And again, Africa's emptying out. Send them back to the areas that are no longer of interest to the warlords.
I hear you.
I mean,
there's
put them
got to
somewhere.
be some type of, there's got to be some answer somewhere. Combination of, it's probably got to be a combination of techniques, right? It's got to be, let's go take out who we can and move people back. And I mean,
but if you look at half the places that are coming here, especially the Middle East, we're the reason that area got destabilized in the first place.
To begin with, exactly. Yep.
So it kind of is our fault.
Yep.
Just going to point that out. The CIA really loved to meddle.
I have some videos on, never mind, I'll show it to you later.
Okay.
Anyway, what do we got up next there, Crazy B? Oh, today's breaking news that came out. I'm not sure if everybody heard.
Hold on, I'm not showing it I'm not showing it in the studio yet. I had it showed that. You can see the entire screen. I just haven't shared it.
That's okay, there I can't see the chat, so who's ever left in the chat with us. this long. We appreciate it at 417.
It's Art Vanilla Pie. I think Blue. Oh, I saw JJ for a minute. There's JJ.
Hey, JJ, sorry I missed you. Crazy Bee won't let me see the chat anymore.
Well, I can't help that. I mean, technically, wait. Yes, I could. Oh, there. Now you can kind of see it.
Kinda, sort it. There you go.
And does it? Oh, it doesn't even interfere with the article.
Oh, check that out. I can kind of read it too. If it's smashed up against my face.
Hold on, can I?
Oh, you know what I could get? I could get one of those. I could get one of those magnifiers for on top of my tablet. That would work.
I think there's a way to do that.
Yeah.
Hold on. No, it's still too small. I would have to make it bigger.
No, that's
in order
okay.
for that to work. But
that looks pretty good, though.
There's the chat.
Can get it Yep. Okay, cool. All right, so we had. Now, do they see it?
They can't see the chat. We can, but they can still see the article.
Okay, so. All right, we'll talk technical things later. Okay, so this morning, 5 soldiers were shot in an active shooter incident at the Georgia Army base.
Oh, come on, hand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's up here.
There you go. An active shooter incident at the U.S. Army Fort Stewart in Georgia has left at least 5 soldiers. Jesus. My shoulders hurt. Yeah, soldiers shot, with base officials reporting that the suspected shooter has been taken into custody. The base went on lockdown shortly after 11 a.m. Wednesday morning, with base officials reporting the shooting in the 2nd Armored Brigade combat team area. Authorities say the first reports of shots fired came in around 10:56 a.m. and the suspect was taken into custody at 11:35 a.m. But so far there's been no information provided about the alleged attacker and their role, if any, on the base. The lockdown for most of the base was lifted a little after noon once base officials determined there was no additional threat to service members and civilians on the base. President Donald Trump has been briefed on the situation according to the Department of Defense, while elected officials in Georgia have started to weigh in with their initial responses. Governor Brian Kemp said in a statement that, as we remain in close contact with law enforcement on the ground, Marty, the girls, and I are saddened by today's tragedy at Fort Stewart. We are keeping the victims, their families, and all those who answer the call to serve in our hearts and prayers, and we ask that Georgians everywhere do the same. United States Senator Raphael Warnock, Democrat from Georgia, said on X that he is heartbroken to see the news of an active shooter incident at Fort Stewart today, adding that he is monitoring the situation closely and join all of Georgia as we pray for the safety of our service members, staff, and their families. One of the first replies to both Kemp's Facebook post and Warnock's post on X came from gun control activists eager to demand more, yet unnamed restrictions on our right to keep and bear arms.
Oh, down lower.
Okay.
There we go.
There's good reason for their lack of specificity. Not only do we know next to nothing about the particulars of the attack, including who was involved, their motivation, and what kind of gun they used, military facilities are generally considered gun-free zones unless a service member's job duties requires them to be armed. So what gun control law do they believe would have prevented this attack? I doubt they even know what exactly they are calling for, except making it harder for responsible Americans to exercise their right to keep and bear arms. All we really know at this point is what base officials said shortly before 12:30 p.m. when they announced that 5 soldiers were shot today in an active shooter incident in the 2nd Armored Brigade Combat Team area, and additionally reported that the 5 were treated on site and moved to Wynn Army Community Hospital for further treatment. I've seen one local paper in Georgia report that one of the soldiers was killed in this shooting, but I've also not seen that confirmed by any other media outlet at this point. We'll continue to monitor for any new developments and add to this post as more information becomes available.
I like that he
crazy.
at least acknowledges that there was one report, but I haven't been able to confirm it. Kind of like what we do. We found something,
Correct.
but, you know, it's not that great.
Right.
So
yeah, it's a sad situation. We'll just continue to monitor it and bring information as we become aware of it. But that was early this morning that we wanted everybody to know that something occurred on one of our bases, and we're not quite sure what.
JJ has a question for you. He forgot to ask if you do any cooking videos on YouTube. Lady H played a cooking clip on her show, and the presenter sounded similar to you. I don't think we've done a cooking show yet.
No, we have not. And cooking will probably come under the wave of Insomniac Theater when it launches in January. That's where you'll see Crazy Bee up and cooking her gumbo and stuff. Right, Crazy Bee?
I don't cook anything. I set stuff on fire and I make it inedible.
That's not true.
I know the
true?
recipe, but somehow I still screw it up. But if somebody else follows the recipe, it comes out just fine.
Okay, well, you provide the directions then, and we'll cook it. How's that?
Good luck. That'll be fun, though. That would be fun. Blind recipes.
Yeah.
You don't get to see it, only I do.
Right, that would be cool. And then we try to follow directions.
Yes.
No, JJ, there's probably a lot of people that sound like me. If you have your thyroid removed or whatever, you got that horse raspiness to you, so I wouldn't be surprised. Sometimes, you're even mistaken for male, female. What are you? Who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway, earlier today somebody thought I was Pakistani, but I digress. Mm-hmm.
Well,
yep.
I was just going to say, don't get mistaken. You don't want that to happen and you get accidentally deported.
Nope. That's done and gone. All right, what do you got for us next, Crazy Bee? We still got a half an hour.
Let me see. What do I got? Here, let me make this easier so no one has to be bounced around all over the place. Oh my God. Sorry. What do we have next? Let me look. We covered that.
You're in company. Hey, Art has friends that know how to burn water.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Can we say, what was that, Greek fire? Or what is it?
Oh, yeah, what is that called?
It's basically the ancient version of napalm.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. When the show's over, we'll remember.
Of course, always. We have... I'm trying to think of one that's short. And we have a couple of shorts. Let's do the Texas announces the arrest warrants.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Because that is on the list anyways. Let me pray this works. Because I really don't want to deal with this again.
There are multiple
there we
things
go.
the Texas House is working on and should be working on at this time. Pursuant to the Constitution, the governor gets to set the agenda, and the Constitution says the members of the legislature shall show up to do their jobs. I am proud of the members who are here. It was bipartisan. I am hopeful there'll be more members here tomorrow. But I am disappointed that while these members are here reporting for their duty under the Constitution, others are out of the state, in New York, in Chicago, in places they do not represent, obviously getting lots of attention at this time. Pursuant to the powers that this House has, we have issued a call on the House. The governor has called me, and I appreciate his support. He has offered DPS to fully help us make sure we need to do what can be done to establish a quorum and do this special session. Let me assure you of this. While our work may be delayed, whether it's tomorrow or next week, the House will complete its required duties. With that, I'm happy to take a few questions. I have signed the civil arrest warrants. We will work with DPS to locate members.
What are they really going to follow through is my question.
They claim they are. Now, every single, prior to this one, every single Democrat supposedly left the state of Texas in the state legislature so they wouldn't have to vote. They went to New York, Chicago, St. Louis. Yeah, they all fled. And initially the House Speaker was the one that issued the warrant for their arrest to come back. And I was like, nothing's going to be done. And then Abbott stepped in, and I was like, maybe. I see Greyhound bus in their future. We just make a big run, pick them all up. I don't think they might not come back by airplane. I was actually thinking that might be a good idea to get people in Congress, in the House and the Senate, back in their seat.
Drag them in by Greyhound?
Yeah.
Send the Capitol Police after them?
Yeah. The no-shows. When, I told you, have your ass in your seat when it's time for a vote.
Or get fired.
Yeah, one or the other. I want to see if this actually something happens with this. It'll be very interesting. Obviously, it must have been scary enough that some Democrats did come back.
Mm-hmm.
So, those that were afraid to be in handcuffs, perhaps, said, I better get back. So that's what's going on.
Hopefully they do, because their punk asses deserve it. We pay you really good money to legislate.
Yeah.
They make more than we make.
Yeah, they do. They make way more than we make. I could see this potentially maybe taking off in other states as well.
Well, the laws have always been there, even on a federal level. I'm sure there's laws about this.
Right. It's probably never been used.
It's just they never get enforced.
Right. Who's going to do it?
Exactly.
Do you really think Mike Johnson would?
I would love to see him do something. I would love to see any of them, because Nancy Pelosi sure didn't enforce jack shit on anyone except the Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
She never held the Democrats responsible.
No, the only thing she did good, though, was she had them in lockstep on a vote. That's all. They were all there for vote day.
Which I don't like. I don't like that they're lockstep. Why can't Democrats vote on something, on a Republican bill, just because it makes sense? Why would she have them locked down to say no matter what? That's bullshit.
Yep.
I just, it bothers me with that kind of stuff. It really does.
Yeah, we have that as well about the Republicans trying to redistrict so they get more seats.
The Crockett seat's at risk because of that.
Yeah, big time. Now, the issue with that is the Dems have been playing that game every single election cycle as well. So this is nothing new. This is really the first time that Republicans have stepped up to the plate to say we're going to attempt to do this. Now, I do believe that is it the state Supreme Court? Oh, somebody approved it, and they are going to gain 5 seats. It's a done deal, pretty much. Now, with that being said, there is a case, I believe it's out of Louisiana, that has to do with redistricting that is at the Supreme Court. And in an unprecedented move, the Supreme Court went out and said, not only do we want to know about this state, but we want to know about all the states and what you're doing. So the legal people are in a uproar in a good way, I guess. They're all like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. It's never done. The Supreme Court never does this. This is unprecedented. And so it's potential, from what I've heard, and again, there's various sources out there, but I don't want to put it out until we know what the Supreme Court actually does.
Well,
I mean, we can
here's
speculate.
one of the other things that these Democrats didn't think about when they opened the borders. A lot of the people that came here are absolutely conservative by beliefs. They fled Venezuela because of this insanity. So they're going to move to a red area. They're not getting everyone in the blue districts. So now the red areas do get to redistrict because it's so big. The influx to them. So I think that open borders thing kind of backfired, even though we still got to remove everyone. It kind of backfired on them.
I agree. Well, if what the scholars say is true, redistricting could be thrown out the window as we know it, and voting will occur in the neighborhoods that people live. So,
That's
for example, if this
usually is, I thought.
Yes. If it used to be predominantly Hispanic, then it would be Hispanic. If it's predominantly a black neighborhood, that's the black vote. If it's the white vote, it's the white vote. So none of this trying to gerrymander to get all these different people and factions in. So I have it on the radar to keep looking for, I don't know when it's supposed to hit, but anybody go ahead and Google it. There's different YouTube creators that are out there. It's up on X as well. It's just, I didn't want to really get into it without the Supreme Court running it down. So if you guys are really that interested in it, we can certainly cover it for a couple minutes. Give us a thumbs up in the chat if you would like to know about it. But it was something different. Who knew?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you got, Crazy B?
1 second.
One moment, please. Well, Crazy B finds something.
I am passing an old-fashioned note, like from the 90s, because I don't want to yell it out loud. No, please read that. Get mad at me all you want. Okay, fine. Go take your son to print off his resume so he can get that job you keep complaining about him not having. And if you need money for it, there's about $3 in coins. Have at it. You want him to get the job? Take him to go do it. Sorry. I apologize, folks. I try not to put my personal business out there, but my family sure loves to press it to the point I have no choice.
Yeah, it's okay, Crazy B.
It's not fair.
It's okay. If we can hear that little monkey scream, we can do anything.
It's not his fault. He's a baby. We're talking people 20 plus.
I don't know. I think he looks at me and he knows. At least today he did.
I've been trying desperately to not put my issues out there, but I don't have a choice. But can you go before the library closes in an hour?
So light a fire, Crazy Bee.
There are librarians there. Yes, someone knows how to print off of a computer. Oh my God.
Don't laugh. Never mind, I won't tell tales, but let's just say I have family members with the same problem.
I'm.
I know.
Yeah.
Go ahead, play another video for us. Play something lighthearted, perhaps.
I'm trying to find it. Oh, I got just the thing. Hold on.
Okay.
This one. Oh, this one's great. Because this is me mentally. Okay, I feel this guy. If I could physically get up and do what he was trying to do, it would totally be me. Okay?
Okay, let's see.
Hold on, I gotta find the fucker. It's funny as it's up, but when I am trying to stream this stuff over, it's not. Where did it go? Like, seriously, it was just. For the love of God, hold on. I think I know the problem. One moment, please.
We are experiencing technical difficulties.
Oh!
And we're back with
Fuck
the
a
New York
duck! No, I accidentally closed the entire Rumble Studio thing that had the chat for you to read.
Oh, that's okay. I don't need the chat. That's okay.
I do.
I'll read it. Oh, you don't have it either?
No, we both need it if I'm going to pin any comments.
Okay. That's
and now the chat got erased. Oh my God.
We gotta go do your resume.
And he later tonight he's gonna need a pair of slacks and a polo shirt in order to get this job interview. If he goes up in anything else, they will reject him. So please quit giving me grief. Okay. Like, for the love of God.
We might have a problem.
What now?
My wallet.
I told you to keep it on you at all times. You're an adult.
Yeah. What? Why did Dad get...
Can we watch this video, please? Here we go. This is me being me. If I were physically capable of getting out there today, I would totally be doing this shit.
Okay. Vanilla's there.
My wife don't believe it.
Thanks for hanging on.
I do. That's why I'm recording it. I want the world to believe you too. So when you say it.
Ooh, my knee.
That would be me. That is me.
Exactly how I thought it was gonna go.
It's so funny again. You gotta play it again, Crazy Bee. Why in the flip-flops? You know what I mean?
My wife
Come
don't
on.
believe that I can jump.
I
this
do.
little
That's
fence.
why
I'm recording it. I want the world to believe you too. So when you say it.
Ooh, my knee.
Both feet caught. Face plant.
That went exactly how I thought it was gonna go.
That is so me. That is so me if I were to try to jump. And that's lower than a standard hurdle, by the way.
Wait, it's not that high. He could have walked right over it.
Yeah, it's lower than a standard hurdle. And he face plants. Yep. Yep. It's funny. I love it. I really do.
Yeah, one more time. One more time. I got to get that'll take away all my problems for today. One more time.
I hope it works because I need it too.
Okay.
One more time.
Would I be able to wear these?
My wife don't believe that I can jump. I this do. little That's fence. why I'm recording it. I want the world to believe you too. So when you say it.
Ooh, my knee.
Both feet caught too is what's funny. Both feet caught.
It went exactly how I thought it was gonna go.
Oh, I'm crying. Why is it so
Both
funny?
feet caught, and he face planted. That's a whole mood right there. Yes, it is. Oh my God. Yes, it is, Blue Rose. That is a whole mood.
I'm crying. Oh my gosh, why is that so funny?
Oh, It's
Lack
us
of sleep.
overthinking our capabilities because we haven't done it in 40 years.
I would have just walked up and stepped right over it. He's going to give that little jump to it.
Can you check that and discuss that out there because we are still live. For the love of God, we are still live. And I don't want you giving around detailed info.
Any form of ID. Can I use my school ID?
You have a state ID.
In case we don't find my wallet. Would I be able to use my school ID?
We're going to find your wallet.
I'm just saying.
Right now, worry about your library card's in there. Shit. No, that wouldn't help.
Crazy Bee, they can look up his name on the computer.
Oh, they can look it up on the computer. Just tell them you lost it. Oh, but you got to have an ID to prove you are who you are, and his ID is in the wallet with his library card.
He said he had his school ID. Take his school ID with him.
No, that school ID is 5 years expired.
It makes him take Jasmine with him.
Okay, have your sister go and have her help. Something. Just
Get
look in the car. Why can't y'all just keep your wallets where it's supposed to be? Do things right so I don't have to. Get an intercom system and I won't have to. Oh, but we can't install an intercom while we're renting.
Please, Crazy Bee. You could get a portable monitor, baby monitors. That would work. Okay, one more time. Play it again so we can laugh again.
Everyone's laughing at my family. Here we go.
Here we go. One more time.
My wife don't believe that I can jump.
I do. That's why I'm recording it. I want the world to believe you too. So when you say it.
Oh, my knee.
Wait.
It went exactly how I thought it was gonna go.
Did he say butt naked?
No. I don't think so. I think he had khakis on.
Yeah, but I know he had pants on, but did he say butt naked? Or did he say something about his knees? What did he say? Did he say butt naked?
I didn't hear it.
Play it again. Okay,
Hold
play
on.
it again.
But first, hold on. Vanilla Pie wants to know if we can all skip. If I had my knees and ankles in better shape, I definitely could. But yeah. Art says video is what happens when your young ego writes checks to your butt that your body can no longer cash.
I can't even walk. What does he mean he wants me to skip? Okay. Now
skip with your walker.
Okay, everybody in the chat. Yeah, everybody in the chat, pay attention. Does he say butt naked or what does he say?
Let's find out.
What does he say? Okay.
My wife don't believe that I can jump.
I do. That's why I'm recording it. I want the world to believe you too. So when you say it.
Oh, my knee.
I swear he said butt naked.
It went exactly how I thought it was gonna go.
I cannot tell. I could run it through a voice analyst thing on my recording not my recording studio, but my editing studio. Yeah. But that would take a little bit for me to really, because I can't. That's not even guaranteed that it's accurate.
Yeah.
But it is freaking hilarious.
Yeah, it is. Oh my gosh, I'm crying.
And Art's right. It is most definitely what happens when your young ego writes checks your bodies can't cash.
What?
Oh, that's so me. That is so me. I would be the smart ass trying to do something like that. Mm-hmm.
Well,
we all needed the good
laugh. You know
laugh.
what? As a friend as you are, I'm going to tell you what. Right now, you did that in front of me. I'd crack up freaking laughing.
Oh yeah, I would too.
After I asked if you were all right, then I'd be on the ground with you because.
I'd record it. I'd be laughing, making fun of you, and then I'd sit down next to you till the ambulance could take us both away.
Yep, away. Yep. The worst I ever did was, it was winter time. I was with my mother, and we were with some big shots from the bank that she worked with. We had had breakfast with them, and I had just tagged along. I was young. I was about 20 maybe, and that was it back in the day when fake full-length rabbit fur coats were in vogue, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then all the
well,
PETA idiots went around throwing paint on them.
even though it was fake, okay, it
Yes.
wasn't real rabbit.
Yes,
right?
I know. They got it mixed up so many times. It was freaking
Yes.
hilarious.
Right. So, and I had boots on up to my knees, no hat on. And at the time I was wearing my glasses, not my contacts. So I step off the curb. I tell my mother and the guys goodbye. And I step in a pothole. God is my witness. I slid across the street, face down, almost perfectly to the other side of the curb. And when I stood up, they all were running over, and there was snow packed between my eyes and my glasses. I was so... It was like I had ice. My whole glasses was just filled with snow. My coat was covered in snow. I mean, I slid one with that frickin' rabbit coat, just straight shot across the street. I mean, at the time it wasn't. I was so embarrassed, but that was one of the worst times. I had other things that happened, but that was one of the most embarrassing things I ever did in front of people. I mean, because it just wasn't them. It was in the morning, and we were right up near her bank, and woo, man, that was. I took a. Luckily, it didn't hurt. You know what I mean? It just was a smooth ride straight across the street. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my thing of defense. So I hit a pot.
I have not tried anything stupid since my back injury, well, the car accident, so I can't really give a story, but, I've always been pretty good. I was even able to do cartwheels up into my almost 30s. So,
Good.
I've always been pretty athletic, really good about it. Which is why I'm like, what the hell do you mean I need to exercise more? When I was going through pain at that time, and I'm still doing, all kinds of sparring and playing around, chasing the kids and all kinds of stuff. And then the doctor's like, you need to exercise more. I was like, I can't exercise more. I legit cannot squeeze any more exercise into my day. And they're like, well, we don't know what to tell you.
Right, or I like when they tell you need to stretch, right?
I love when they tell me to get more sleep. Oh, yeah. Please, tell me more sleep. Insomnia here.
Right.
Anyway. Well, it is crazy.
Your shorts for us? We got about 10 minutes, or you want to cut it early today, or what? Go find a wallet.
He found it. He found it. Mm-hmm.
Good.
So, I don't know if I have any more. They might be buried.
Okay.
Hold on.
What other videos do we have pending then?
Nothing short. Most of these are a lot of time. We're talking 10, 15 minutes or more.
Is there anything? Okay. Do you want to start something and maybe finish it tomorrow?
Let's try that Mongolia's Grain Miracle.
Okay.
I don't think it was very long, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
I hope this is the right one. Oh,
shit.
If
not, we'll try.
Okay, yep, it's right. All right, Here we go. Now, as far as I know, there was music, but I had to mute the music. And there isn't really any talking. This is just them working.
And you know what's funny is that you pull this up is I was going to use this as my commentary for all of the desert regions that anybody that lives here can go back and do this.
So we'll let you commentate? Well, we hit play.
No, I know nothing. I know nothing. I forget what it's about. I'm way past that. I just thought it was an interesting, not only for the desert areas, it would probably work well in the United States, I would imagine. And I could see it probably maybe in some form in other areas as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure the United States is probably doing something like this already. My issue, well, I'll tell you my issue when we get to it, when we cross that part. Go ahead.
Like I said, absolutely no audio because...
Yeah, there we go. Stop. Here's my issue. Back it up.
Okay, hold on.
Uh-huh.
Ah, my mouse! Okay, fine. Right there?
So,
back
keep
further?
Going back further. Right there. Yeah, uh-huh. She's the one trotting up the hill. Yeah.
He's the one bending over and using a shovel and lifting how much weight that shovel can hold.
Yeah, well, she's pulling it, girl.
She's not pulling the whole load. No, they're stretching it as they go. She's probably got some kind of reel of this plastic.
She has something in her hand. My girl got to be hot. That's all I'm saying.
Mom.
Yeah.
What?
There's no option to print it out.
That's why you've got to be on the computer. You can't do it from your phone. You have to be on the computer to do it. Heck, save it to one of the thumb drives I've given you and take your thumb drive to the library and print it from there.
There's no option to print it either.
Because you're on a phone, on the computer, on the web browser. There is an option to download and print your resume.
Crazy Bee, do you think you need to go with them?
No, I am not.
Crazy Bee, were they at the library and back already?
No, they've never left.
Oh.
I'm telling you, buddy, log in on the website. There is an option. Not on your phone, on a computer.
It just opened up the app.
Yes, that's why I said not on your phone, on a computer.
Okay, so I'll do it at the library.
That's what I...
Go, boy.
It's okay.
Oh.
Count to 10. Count to 10. I was there today. Crazy Bee, I was there.
This is where most of my
Bee.
frustration has been since 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock, they all walk in, and they start their crap. Any muttering under my breath was directed at them. Could not find the mute button. They're getting on my nerves today.
It's okay. I've been there and done that. If it would have been for the previous video that would play, I would still be in that mood. So,
okay, let's get through this.
Maybe we need to play that video again. Anyway, yeah,
I want to wring their necks.
This kind of reminded me back in maybe from my Bedouin days, calling for the sheep. Maybe I was actually climbing up the desert and, wielding this. But she has some type of, I think, spike in her hand. I just was fascinated. And again, we apologize. We don't have the music or whatever that goes with it that I do
there
think
was
that
no
makes
commentary
it,
whatsoever. It's just going to be us.
Right. But the descriptions, the link is in the description below, as always.
Well, as soon as the video gets ended, it'll be there.
Yeah, whenever Crazy Bee gets to it.
I will eventually. But there have been times that I forgot about it and had to go back the next day. Because, my brain and all.
It's okay. We ain't but a thing. We ain't but a thing.
Play for me instead of pray for me. There we go. They have me so flustered in this house.
It's okay. Take a breath.
Oh my Lord! Is it really that complicated? Finally, yes,
gone?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let's hurry up.
Lord have mercy.
Let's hurry up so you can have some peace. We'll end it with this. Go ahead.
Alrighty. I do like that it works.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
Oh, that's it. That's the end.
Yeah, now I'm curious as to what that is they're growing. Hopefully it's some type of food source for themselves or for the animals, or maybe for fire, or, obviously it's going to have some benefit to them. But I think it's a neat idea. Does it, affect the landscape at all, I wonder?
I don't think it could in a bad way. I mean,
right.
It might hinder some of the critters that prefer the sand over grassy stuff. All the ones that, evolved to be tan for centuries and millenniums, and now they got to evolve to green.
Yeah, maybe the camel spider will have to turn green.
Oh, God. Yeah. These dingbats. Oh, let's change the landscape. Yeah, but these animals went through a millennium of evolving to be brown and tan. And what do you assholes do? You come and change it on them. So now they're prey again. What jerks?
Oh, Sharia law has come to the desert.
What jerks. That's all I got to say about these people. Just leave the landscape the way it's supposed to be. The animals evolved to be there the way they did for a reason. But let nature just run its course. What's so bad about just letting nature run its course?
Because it would wipe us all out, that's why.
Is that a bad thing?
No, not right now. It's not.
You gotta wonder. Natural disasters happen for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
However, the uptick in volcanoes and earthquakes and flooding that I've been seeing lately, makes me wonder. Makes me wonder what's going on.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Blue. We need all the prayers or plays that we can get.
Amen. Very needed. My sanity has been on the verge for the last hour. It literally has been on the verge.
All right, we're good.
All right. Oh, okay. So we're done for the day.
Yeah, we're done. That's it. I'm throwing in the towel, throwing in the tissues, the baby bottles, all of that. I'm done.
Danny, when he first walked in, threw one of my handkerchiefs on me, or bandana things that I use to tie my hair back. It needed to be washed. He throws it on my chest. While we're live, I get mad and I throw it back, but it lands on a glue trap that we set up for a mouse.
It's going to be a mouse and a bandana.
I'm literally like,
it'll be all tangled up and stuff tomorrow.
Why do I even try to tolerate them in the room? I need a lock on my door. It's like, why do I do this? Why do I put up with them? Why do I? I want to wring their necks. I really want to wring their necks.
That mouse is going to be tied up in a bandana.
No, I pulled it off.
Yes, it will. Okay.
No, I pulled the bandana off so he can go wash it. Because it's his fault it landed there, technically. What a jerk. But I'm telling you, first thing he does when he walks in the door is throw something at me while I'm in the middle of a live stream. Like, Twitch moment. Anyways, JJ, the verge of throat punches. Yes.
Honest to goodness.
Yes. Oh my God. And how do you mute in time to cuss somebody out for that stuff? Out of curiosity.
You can't. You can't. You can't be quick enough.
So,
anywho, so tomorrow's the last infusion of antibiotics and the last iron treatment. So I should be back by. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Did I mess things? Hold on. Hold up.
Oh, I don't got a choice.
Okay, I know. Well, I'll be back in time. I should be back in time. If I'm not, go live without me, and I'll be here. If I have to, I'll call in from the road. But I'm sorry. I forgot that they scheduled that after lunch. But I should be done. So we should be good.
Right.
All right. Alrighty. So I'm done. Everybody have a good evening. Thank you for hanging around. Thank you for bearing with
Tolerating me.
Tolerating me. Tolerating the baby. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Crazy Bee had wow, she had an earful this afternoon before we went live.
He really wasn't feeling good. It's not like he had much choice in the situation.
No. But, when you tell him to shut up and he doesn't listen, that's a different story. No, just
but they're babies. They can't help it.
Yeah, he's still got stomach issues, so he's sensitive. Yeah,
and he'd like to stay that way.
Yes, he probably will.
Mm-hmm.
He just likes being curled up with me and, hey, I'm going to spoil him. But anyway, I have an hour before I got to get up there. Why I said I'd babysit till 9:30 tonight. Somebody shoot me in the head.
I need will prayers. Not.
No, I need prayers. I don't know how I'm going to stay. And this is his awake time, so I don't know what I'm going to do to entertain him. And if he's screaming, well, I don't know. Yeah.
We'll get through it.
As we always do. All right, everybody, have a good night. Have a good evening. Crazy Bee.
Y'all stay safe, stay sane, stay sober. Don't do what I do if you're in the middle of a podcast dealing with a bunch of pain in the butts in the house. Just don't do what I do because, I need a lock on my door to keep these people out. I swear on it.
Would you ever let them in? Would you ever let them come back in?
I might. Depends.
All right. So have a good one.
I'm going to get these really quick dropped into the description, and then I can hit end before that. 1 second. I just got to hit this and then save. And my daughter just walked in. What? Nosebleed? Okay. I don't know what that's about. Anywho's, let me hit end stream and drop this stuff where I need it, and then I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully I will be a little bit more sane and I will have less interruptions during the stream, the routine. So, bye folks.
Have a good night.
Wait,